Hey, welcome back to the shop. Today we'll be dealing with Mr. Spiky. Check this out. And he has some checks here that hopefully will turn away. And yeah, let's see what comes out of this. By the way, this blank was given to me by another woodturner from an area called Jim Williams. And the reference to Richard Raffan is I used to train people to be in television, and I understand a lot of like visual communication and the stuff that people do. And I always find it fascinating that when you see a video from Richard Raffan, it's Richard Raffan turns this, Richard Raffan did this. It's kind of like, and I make fun of it, like kind of like Jesus Christ came back to life and something like that. But anyways, there is a lot to be learned from that man. Like, don't get me wrong. As much as I'm making fun of it, I watch his videos, and if you don't know who Richard Raffan is, you should check out his YouTube channel. There is a lot to be learned from that man. So that's that. I thought I just keep joking with my girlfriend. One of these days, I'm gonna title one of my videos "Richard Raffan didn't turn this." So this is it. So, anyways, let's get into this thing here. I was having a bit of a trouble with the edges. They kept them flopping on me, and ultimately I got a sharp gouge, and I got that done. Here I'm putting a chuck to flip it around, and I always give it an extra turn if the wood is wet. I usually stop after 1/3, and I will tie my chuck again. I left a lot of this even though it's spit up, so you get an impression. This was like kind of tough. You can tell I start normal, but then I'm kind of white knuckling my gouge here because it's just the spikes just keep kicking my gouge inwards, and I wasn't able to get, like you can see here, when I get close to the edge, I was having trouble. There was some kind of spike that just keep kicking my gouge no matter how steady I try to bring it in. So that one right there probably. So subsequently what I did is, here I'm trying it again, but subsequently what I did is I go sharpen my gouge, and I cleaned up more the inside. Here's the part where I just concluded that I couldn't get to the thickness that I wanted without cleaning up more. And potentially one of the problems that I was having is because I have the tailstock, it just keeps getting in my way, and it just couldn't get the right angle. That's the part where I retightened my chuck, and here, as you can see, I remove the tailstock, and that allowed me to get the right angle to get a clean edge. I usually stop several times and at this part of one with a live edge, because you don't want any lines until you get into a full circle. If you do, you should try to work on that. Don't move forward, because you can't come back once you pass. So you do kind of like 3/4 of an inch or an inch at a time, and keep stopping, and make sure that if you have a line in the transition from like one section to the next, you should fix it before you move forward. So Here now is I'm on the round part, and this is an amazing piece of wood. I really wish I would have cored this. I do have a coring system, but I was too chicken to tackle all those spikes. I tried one similar before, and it got caught. It was a big bang, and it flew right off my lathe, and it was a big heavy piece. But so here I'm almost done. There is some sanding to be done, and removing the bottom. I use my vacuum chuck, but I don't use a vacuum the whole time. I kind of like start it up and just put pressure with it till it stops. Turn off my vacuum, because my I don't have an actual vacuum. It's like it works with the compressor, and it just annoys the crap out of me. So that's the only reason. It does hold it, but the compressor runs the whole time, and it's right beside me. So here I'm removing the tenon, and kind of trying to make up my mind. I thought about doing some fancy feet type of deal, but then I decided against it, and I thought, no, just between the spikes and the color of the wood, I just want the wood to be what it is, and not try to do anything fancy. To me, when the wood is kind of black, then you gotta put some detail to bring it up. But when the wood has this much of a character, I just like to leave it just plain and simple. Let the wood speak for itself. I don't know, it's my theory, but I'm sure Richard Raffan will think otherwise. But anyways, I am dead serious though. There is I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. If you never heard of Richard Raffan, you should check it out. The man knows a lot. He's like old school, but he knows his stuff. So here I'm all done sanding. I did a small foot, and I use Kirk's scratch free, because I used this stuff before, and it keeps the colors the way they are. It just, and it doesn't necessarily give you a shine, but it's not dull either. And I have a piece that I done a long time ago, and it still has the red, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming it might go away eventually, but it might take a few years for it to fade out. But that's the finished piece, and yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. That's Spiky. I thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll catch up with you on the next one. Maybe we'll do something different in a bowl next time. Anyways, see you soon. Ciao, ciao.